Hello, this is Ross from Aorta Studios bringing you a tutorial to help you implement SimpleScores into your game. Let's start. Here you can see a scene that I created earlier, which is a simple dual stick shooter where enemies spawn from each corner of the room. In the bottom left, you can see that I'm keeping score of the current run. This is what I wish to store in our high scoreboard. First of all, we're going to create a new scene to show our high scoreboard. After we've done that, we're going to drag a prefab from the SimpleScores asset folder into the scene. We're going to set the number of scores to 5. After that, we're going to go to our build options and add the current scene and save it as scores. I'm going to put in my scenes folder to keep everything organised. Back in our game scene, we're going to select our score prefab, which currently handles our game scoring, and add the high score component from SimpleScores. And we're going to set the number of scores to 5, just like we did in the score scene. This is the script that I'm currently using to keep track of the current player's run and display their score in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. First of all, we're going to get the high score component that we've just added and store it as a private variable. We're also going to create a new boolean that will tell us if we've already set the score. Now we're going to find where the player dies, save the score and load the scores scene. First we need to make sure that the score has not already been set using the isScoreSet variable that we created earlier. Now we load the scores currently stored on the local machine, then add our new score before saving it and changing the scene. We load local values using the loadValuesLocally function in the highScore component. We store values using the storeValue function. This takes a string and an integer. And we save values using the saveValuesLocally function. After this, we can use application.loadLevel to load our scores scene. And last but not least, we need to set isScoreSet to true to avoid adding the score multiple times. Now when you play your game, you should have SimpleScores working properly and it should be keeping your scores, saving them between playthroughs. You'll notice that the sample scoreboard has buttons present at the bottom of the screen. We advise that you remove these and only use our scoreboard as an example. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at the links available on the screen. Thanks for purchasing SimpleScores, and we'd love if you could leave us some feedback on the Unity Asset Store.